questions real quick?
It's great. I can start with me. I'm Rachel Hemke, and I am a speech-language pathologist and also specializing with augmentative communication for the Robbinsdale School District. So I've known the student since about 5th grade when we started out with his first communication device. So this is number 3 for us. So that's kind of my historical perspective of that, which we'll kind of talk about it as we go through more. So
I'm Sammy. I'm a home care nurse.
okay.
I'm Laura, T2.
I'm Amber, T1.
T2 and T1 are different trainers.
Okay.
So T trainer, 2 and 1, yeah.
Maddie, home care nurse.
Nick, home care nurse.
All right.
I'm Brenda, case manager.
Okay.
And I'm Holly, also case manager, so we're kind of working together.
Yeah, great. All right, so this is just kind of training on his particular device. I don't know if you've had other students that you've worked with that have used communication devices of some sort. For him, the first device that we had, it took a lot for us to get him to use it, so we put a lot of motivating things on it. It kind of bit us when we went to use it for communication, because he goes, no, I want to use it for fun stuff and not communication. So the second device, we kind of phased more for communication and saved his other device for fun stuff. So we kind of had 2. And now we're on device number 3 because he'll be aging out of our program. So we wanted to get this kind of in place while he still has some school supports and things like that. So he has the Indy, which is the newest Tobii Dynavox device. It does allow for syncing with home Wi-Fi, for programming options and stuff like that. So I could program something and essentially, tell mom that I made an update. She can then go home and go, sync, and then those updates show on the device. Same thing with her between, home and school. So I did a couple while I was sitting in my car. I'm like, oh, I should change that. Oh, I should make that. So what he uses is he has a very custom layout for him, because for him, accessing the middle of the screen was hard because he would mishit unintentionally other things. We've tried a key guard with him, and he usually manages to get a finger underneath and fling it off. So he goes, you know what, we don't need a key guard because he'll just figure out how to make it work for him. And he has. So I kind of refer to it as a frame. So his layout is kind of this frame layout. So there, on his previous devices, there's been kind of a picture in the middle to establish that context of like, oh, I'm talking about movies, or I'm talking about my feelings, or whatever. On this device, it only lets me put things in icons on the side. I can't customize and go, I want some small ones, some big ones, some. So that's just kind of a feature of this particular device. So on his device, or on the top, there's a power button, volume up, down. That's pretty self-explanatory and pretty much as complex as the buttons go. Charging is on the side, and I think usually when it's at home, it's plugged in when it's there. They just unplugged it for me today when I picked it up, and it's got a full charge, and it should last, the full day.
I forgot to check that it was plugged in before.
Oh.
I would.
And I think I turned it off, and I'm like, why won't it turn on? I'm like, I think I just turned it off instead of on. And so then just features that are on there. There's like a home icon on the top. There's one that looks like it's a dashboard icon, and then there's a magnifying glass. The magnifying lets us search for his entire contents of his device. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I know that there's a page for yes and no, or oh, I know, we're talking about, grooming routine. Oh, I want to pull that up. You can actually hit the search, and I'll show it in just a minute. You can hit the search, type in your search word, and it will it will highlight icons to press to get to that page. So it's very user friendly, and it's very forgiving when you go, oh shoot, I don't know what I'm looking for anymore, or I know it was somewhere, I've seen it, I don't know where it is. For him, he's not used to the back icon being on this side. He's used to it on the other side. And so he has 2 back icons. He's got one on each side because I couldn't move. In the software, I couldn't move these. So these had to stay. But then for him to be independent, I had to put some back icons on the other side. So with his layout, so we've got back, we've got quick fires. His quick fires is kind of his home page. So he has greetings and social, personal needs, feelings, phrases specific for him, and then on the side he's kind of got that, hey, come here, look, okay. So he's got some attention getters, some just general, comments and things like that. When we click, there are little arrows in the corner, so you know that if you click on an arrow, it's going to take you to another page. If it's like a circular arrow, it means it's just going to visit that page and come back to the home page. So those are just, so in his greetings and social, again, the same kind of frame layout.
I don't like that.
Thank you. I pressed I don't like that apparently. So he's got kind of that frame vocab around the edge, information about him, his device, pretty good, how are you, not good, I like it, I don't like it. And then the back for him would be
Later.
talk to you later, or something like that within those greetings and social pages. If feelings and personal needs, kind of same thing. I'm hurt, I want to take a break, I'm uncomfortable. And some of those we're just kind of modeling with him. So we're kind of going, ooh, you look kind of uncomfortable. Let's have you tell me that. Look, I'm going to go to feelings, I'm uncomfortable. And so we're just kind of doing some modeling with that. He is not yet looking at it going, yes, I feel uncomfortable. And I haven't, because it hasn't been mounted, which was a whole process that we were trying to figure out with the mounting company. I have not seen it mounted at school, so we've just been using it, on the table or being held in front of him. So I don't know exactly how
It does have a mount now.
Okay, it does have a mount. I thought we were all set with the mount. I was crossing my fingers that that problem was solved. So where, how it was positioned and stuff like that, it easily comes off the mount. It can be on the floor. It can be wherever. It's pretty darn lightweight, and it's pretty durable. So even with sometimes his hits and stuff, so far we have not cracked a screen on any of our devices, and this is our third one. So we've been pretty good at that. It does. Oh, I'm looking. Oh, look, there are teeny tiny dots on the sides that tell you how many pages you're on. Apparently this one has a lot of blank pages because the one icon was unhidden way at the bottom. So apparently I will fix that, because that's just ridiculous that it has a swipe feature enabled for one icon that doesn't have anything on it. So I will take care of that. And again, his back arrow is more, I'm done.
I'm done.
Feelings, his phrases, things like that. So those are quick fires. Those are easily accessible, can be used in a variety of contexts. In topics, he has things more specific to community outings for school, reading, books, TV, music, telling jokes, some Vogue stuff that he does at school. There's some calendar things, news sharing, needs, help, things about his device. And again, most things are set up with that frame.
Calendar talk.
With that frame vocabulary.
Back.
The one.
TV.
Okay, just ignore my phone apparently, because that's gonna go off. So TV, as you can see, this is kind of the layout that its default is, and so if we find things, we can just make it more customized for him, just so he can be successful at doing some of those things. He did have one page that I can't seem to locate right now where I know where it is. Hang on, I'm gonna go back to home. It's in my phrases. That's where it is. So he has this page that leads to I want. And this one I just called the teacher out on. I go, did you make an I want page for him? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, well, you didn't match the layout. So if he's successful with this, that's fine if he can be successful. But for consistency, I would still make it in that frame layout, because I don't want to prevent him from getting to some of his favorite choices by going, well, you just can't access it. It's not, So I may swap that so it looks like the other frame ones. But I just texted her before I got here. I go, did you change the layout on that one page? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. He does have shortcuts to a yes, no page, because I know that those are important. And he has shortcuts to my turn, your turn, because we've used those a lot. So again, the yes, no, my turn, your turn can be used in lots of different, environments, whether or not it's, are you ready for cares? Yes or no. Okay, I can give you 2 minutes. Do you need this done now? Yes or no. Just a way to kind of give him a voice and give him a little power for that. Other kind of questions. I want this to be helpful for you guys. Questions that you guys have? Yeah.
He's having a lot of trouble hitting specific buttons because he has really big neoprene gloves on.
Okay. And are those I know that for a while he was just wearing them.
He's wearing them all the time.
He's wearing them all the time.
Yeah.
And it's mostly so he's not biting, right? Or it's for finger protection. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. Yeah, because I don't know it touches through neoprene. I mean, he can get it if his fingertips are close enough, but that's the area that you're trying to protect, right? is the tips. Yeah.
Like he can hit it and make it go, but it's really hard to aim and to make it, it takes a few tries.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Are there, and I don't know I mean, if they're not a pain in the butt to take on and off. They may be a pain in the butt though, because I understand like neoprene and hands, yeah, they're not gonna be, easily, you just pop them off and pop them back on. Yeah, I think when we're really doing like communication focused things, I think we've asked to take them off so we can, use it and then go, okay, now it's more downtime and now you can kind of explore, and then we've put them back on. If there are times that he can have them off, obviously that's gonna help, or a way to fold down the finger, so he can access or at least have
Can we
one
put
accessible or something,
You know
or
how you have like winter gloves and they have like that specific
Yeah.
piece to touch
Yeah.
your bone? Would something like that work for him? Like, does he use a specific finger? I don't work with him during the day that often, so I don't know.
specific finger, I don't know.
Or if you
In
put, like,
his
on
world,
all
yeah.
three of these
It's
fingers.
kind of like you think it's a pointer, but it's really a pinky, and then it's like, okay, yep, he's definitely using that finger. It's like, nope, it was really these other fingers.
Because I don't know where Mom orders them from, and I don't know how
They're
difficult
called like diving gloves, so
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know that they have.
Sure.
Touch
I don't know how
enabled.
difficult it would be to like.
Right, and I don't know if it's
or-
something like, I think like olden days in assistive tech world, they're like, oh, conduct a circuit if you put a little tinfoil, it's just something would that conduct enough,
Or if
touch
you
or whatever
got
the
that-
stylus material is that, they,
Yeah, if you got one of those gloves and just cut the fingers off and just slid them, like
Well,
if they were big
he
enough.
because they
bites
protect the
the-
tips.
Yeah.
Even when he's using his device, he's biting and stuff.
He's very
It's a
active.
frustration thing, and
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can see this being frustrating, and therefore,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering
Because
if you
he's-
even were to put like little dots of rubber cement on it, just because it was like a quick contact thing, if that would work. I would probably talk to Mom and
Yeah,
see
because
if
then
we
he'll
can-
be. Because I was thinking like those little rubber, like a sticker, but if he's put them in his mouth, then he's gonna be eating stickers.
So I almost wonder like what the thread is that they use, to sew that, is it like just a metallic thread? And if something, metallic thread can be sewn, close to the tips or something, that it would still
You know those,
touch enable.
you're rapidly counting papers, they're like thumb covers.
Oh.
I'm wondering if you could pop a couple of those on and at least get a stick to it, because it would act kind of like a stylus rubber would, and maybe,
I just don't know if the touch would be sensitive enough, if it would block the conduction.
I would
don't-
say it's worth a shot if,
Do you think he would choke on those, or would he potentially?
I mean, just put them on if you're using the device.
yeah, like if you're,
leave
I
them
wouldn't
on.
Right.
leave them on all the time.
Unattended,
but
yeah.
like, especially those high priority times, standard times,
Mm-hmm.
anytime anybody comes into the home for therapies or whatnot, pop them on, because the nurses should be sitting close by to monitor that.
Mhm.
It's also kind of your one reprieve time, but
And would it work to take the glove off during that time because it's more focused, or is it better to have his?
If somebody was right there monitoring and able to redirect, I would say it'd be okay to take it off while he's working with the device.
On those structured
Yeah.
times.
As
We
long
could
as-
ask mom
I
too.
would, yeah, I would run my mom and stuff.
And I will do some more checking on what exactly makes the magic gloves, like the touch, is it just the thread? Is it,
It's the metal, like the fabric is little metal shirts.
I was gonna say, and is that something that is possibly commercially available enough is that what Google said? Good. But yeah, is that commercially available enough that, you can put, some stitches in the ends of the gloves to make them kind of touch enabled, or on the next generation of gloves, do they have touch enabled, driving or diving gloves?
Yeah.
I know my friend has a 18-month-old and she was frustrated that the gloves that they had for 18-month-olds had the touch enabled. She goes, why does my 18-month-old need, he doesn't need a tablet. So yeah,
It's the
we'll
touch,
kind
it's not the bulk of the gloves. It's the actual touching, it's not the
Yeah,
bulk
the
of the
gloves
gloves.
like work as an insulator, so it's
Okay,
wrecking the conductivity.
but
Normally capable.
he can make them go with the gloves on, it's just harder. Yeah. think it takes more.
less precision, or the gloves make him less precise with
Yeah, I
his,
think that's
with the touch.
Like the yes, no versus the two big buttons, he's pretty good with that if he chooses to pay attention. But anything smaller, like even where she had the 5 on that
Mhm.
big screen, it was just Jeopardy, Jeopardy, Jeopardy.
And you kind of want, that's either he's really being persistent with that, or
We tried.
you know that he's trying to do something else, and yeah, and it's like, yeah,
And that's
it's,
frustrating
it's-
for him.
Yeah.
yeah. And then you kind of go, I hear, you're telling me Jeopardy, but like, I know that you really want this one. Let me help you move your, let me help you get down there. And you kind of get to be the touch for that. We can pass this around. Most things are pretty general in terms of the icons that are programmed, so you can certainly make it talk. That's fine. There are a couple that are specific to him, so we'll avoid those. But just to kind of figure it out, kind of see where things go, things like that. If that would be helpful to kind of see what it's on. Don't be scared of it, because it's not, I've not found the icon yet that says, erase contents and clear hard drive and, and stuff like that, where you go, oh, what did I just do? There is the settings up here, so you can get into like editing mode. So if you start, so you can see like what icons are available, that we just have hidden for right now. So a lot of times there are things that go, oh, that'd be really nice to have on, and we just have to find it and uncover and make some links. So a lot is pre-programmed. If you get into edit mode, you just hit done and it goes away, and that's all there is to that. Is there something specific that you want to search for? We can do a little show and tell with the search feature.
How would you look for the page that has the different options for his shows?
Yeah, so if you wanted to do a search for, I'm going to cheat first, and I'm going to find what it's called so I can search for the right the right name, because sometimes that helps. My phrase is,
want.
She titled it want, so that's good to know. So yeah, if you knew the page name, I will probably rename that page to like choices or something like that, or movie choices or TV choices or something, just so it has a little bit more specific search term. So you hit the little magnifying glass, keyboard pops up. I know what it's called, so I'm going to search for want, and it will bring up the core word want, the phrase I want. It will have all of those choices on there. I want. Great example, Rachel. That was great. So I'm going to search for Jeopardy, because I know that was one of the icons. And maybe that's a better way to. Whoops, to spell it correctly. So Jeopardy. So it comes up with the icon, and it says want underneath. So that's the page that it's on. So I hit the Jeopardy, and it's gonna flash. Sometimes the flashes are hard to find. It's like, where is it? And it's like, oh, it's in the almost the same color. So it tells you from this page, it'll give you the shortest path to find that icon. So it says, go to my phrases. Oh, go to I want. And there's Jeopardy. So it's, okay, so don't search for the page name, search for the big icon that you want. So like from this page, if Wheel of Fortune was another one on there, you can do a search. If you don't remember where it is, Wheelworks, it's a second choice. From this page, oh yeah, it's in quick fires. You can almost see it lit. That's usually the one that I have a hard time finding.
I want. Wheel of Fortune.
And then it shows up there. So it's a nice little way. His quick fires are home, or you can hit the home key, and that'll take you the same place.
Is there a volume on it?
There is a volume, so it's up and just like toggle switches up and down. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Time will tell. I am with him until June, until he ages out of our program. So if there are things that, I know, Mom wanted to put nurse pictures and nurse names on here. if that is okay, we can do that.
I worked there last night, so. Okay.
Okay, fine. I have to find it though.
We can say Amber post knock shift.
Is there a camera on it, or do you?
There
take
is a camera on
pictures?
board, yep, so there's a camera on board, it's really easy. Let's see, about me,
About nurses.
There we go. So mom gave us a nice little, she made a little blank page, little frame for us. So we have all sorts of pages there, all sorts of places for nurses. So I would think in terms of, since he's usually mostly kind of on a home, you know, the bottom row, and sometimes of the sides, I would probably kind of prioritize with who he might see the most, and maybe it varies. Maybe he doesn't necessarily have nurses that he sees the most, but we could kind of put those on the bottom and then like less frequent or something on the tops and the sides.
Once you put them in, can you rearrange?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so that's.
And it's easy, it's like you tap it, it wiggles, you move it, you know, so yeah, it's pretty easy to do that. So wants to be guinea pig first?
Me.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.